most people don't pay attention to, the ministers don't care about, unless they put in on a $500 million road which is collapsing a year with a little bit of water because somebody family house put up a house and put a wall and it wash away the road. Or because you're hearing of something washing up on the shore. But this is an area that is full of talent. It's rich in talent. And the people there need a change. They're crying for it. Our first candidate in the Sangre Grande area is none other than our own pastor, Pastor Courtney Francois, who will be the next councillor for Sangre Grande South. So Pastor, for the last 23 years, has led Market Day, an initiative aimed at distributing food and clothing to the less fortunate across Trinidad and Tobago. Pastor leads a church which is ever growing. When I was there on Sunday during training, and I heard where Pastor was put in the church, and I said to him, Pastor, the amount of people you have in that church are not going to be big enough. He said, don't worry, God will provide. Right now my focus is on the people of Sangre Grande. He will tell you what goes on there. He's on the committees, the business committees. He leads the business committees. He leads the community committees with the police for business development. He's a mover and shaker. And he's the kind of fellow don't sit still for long. He don't like moss growing on stones. And he says it as it is. A no-nonsense man who intends to go into Grande and bring back some sense of decency, honesty, trust. And he wants to bring back good representation for the first time in Sangre Grande's history for a long, 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 long time. He is the next councillor, and dare I say, with what is going on now, he might very well be the chairman of the Sangre Grande Regional Corporation, Pastor Courtney Francois. Our next candidate is a young footballer with a mean right foot, scoring goals from halfway down the pitch with his eyes closed. And he's a builder by profession. He's our candidate and our next councillor for Sangre Grande Northeast, Brother Dorian Robinson. So it tells me here that of course he's a footballer with Joe Public FC. He's an organic farmer and he has 25 years experience in the construction industry. I need to see the ID card for that one. I ain't believe that. I ain't believe that one, brother. A young man who's been pounding the streets. But his best attributes is the way he works with the young people. He does not speak to them. He speaks with them. He makes them feel all-inclusive. He makes them feel heard. And he's out there doing his thing, pounding the pavement with his wife, day in, day out. And he has promised to keep the PDP mantra. We do not stop campaigning. You take one day rest after the election, and the day you're sworn in is your only other day rest. We campaign 365 days a year for betterment. Our next councillor for Sangre Grande Northeast, Brother Dorian Robinson. It is with great pleasure that I introduce this sister to you. Our sister, when she going out with the family, need 2 minibuses. If she and her family vote alone, she and the children, and the husband and her immediate family, they win Sangre Grande, Toko, Mayaro, and Matlot. She's a mover and shaker. She's our next councillor for Valencia West, Sister Kathy Ann Burton. It says here she was raised in Couva. She lives in Valencia for over 10 years. And if it's one woman know how to get people off the streets, the young people just come by her and say, Miss, I could get a PDP jersey, and they'll take off the PNM jersey and throw it away. Now, I don't know where she getting jerseys from, but she multiplying them, and she giving them, and she treating them like family. And you hear them in the background, you hear them? You hear them? She bring them with her today. She bring some of them, some of the PNM converts she bring with her. Because she make it known, no stone will remain unturned in Valencia. We will finally have good roads. We will finally have clean drains. And we'll finally have proper representation with our councillor for Valencia West, Sister Cathy Ann Burton. We're into our last two candidates. And before that, you see what I tell you about always being late? The man's supposed to tell us something, and he going to pray. He always late, you know. But he's delivered, but he always late anyway. We do the candidates first. This sister is short and quiet, but she packs a mean punch. She has stood up against the oppression and the rape of her area. She's going to be the next councillor for Penal. Let's introduce you to Wendy Ramkissoon. Peter. Wendy's a devout Hindu. And she's a community activist who has been walking and talking. And I could promise you one thing. In 3 years of being your councillor, Wendy not buying no Benz and building 5 houses. The money is going to go to the people. All the people that work with Wendy work with her free of charge. They walk with her free of charge. Wendy started with 2 people. The other day, Wendy had my political leader in Penal at 6:30 in the morning. 6:30 in the morning. Because the people wanted to know. Right? The people wanted to see them. And on August the 14th, she's going to bring home the Penal seat, our sister Wendy Ramkissoon. The next gentleman is an agriculturist. He dong my arrow, he dong my lay in a field of work. He's an agriculturist. He played football for his school. He would like to tell you who he played with. But that fella don't need talking about today. Today's your day, Jody. Today's your day, son. Jody started playing, living in the area. Let me introduce you to the next councillor for Ben Lomond, Hartbergen, Williamsville, Jody Awang. There's a lot of talk in Ben Lomond, Hartbergen, Williamsville, because one party moved the previous councillor and they put a fella there. It is reported in the news media that the fellow who was put there was only put there because he's the wife of our sitting MP. He's embroiled in many scandals. Many scandals, including a 15-year-old boy. And we're not here to talk about that. We're here to clean it up. To clean up Ben Lomond, to clean up Hartbergen, to clean up Williamsville, and to give the young people a shining hope, a beacon of hope, where you can open your doors as parents and let them out and know that they are safe in the hands of the councillor. A man living there who knows the area. A man who has dedicated his life to people and the upliftment of people through agriculture. And it's now his turn to take that and to grow the area of Ben Lomond, Hartbergen, Williamsville. Our brother and the next councillor, Jody Awang. So before we have the feature address, we all came here because you didn't come to see me. I know I bald and a little ugly. That's all right. I know you didn't come to see me. I am not the feature attraction. But before we get to the feature attraction, which the resume will take about 2.5 hours to read, so you'll give me, I'm not going to read the entire resume. Let me introduce and ask Brother Safraz Ali to say a few words. Welcome, Brother Safraz Ali.
Respected political leader, executive team, PDP, chairman, expert chairman. Can we get a round of applause for our chairman? But most importantly, everybody in the crowd here. I'll start off. The goodly pastor gave a nice sermon. And although I'm a Muslim, I'm a student of knowledge also. So there's a very famous saying from the Bible. Many are called, but few are chosen. You all here, all of us here, were called and we were then chosen to be part of this movement to bring that positive change to our country. It happened in Tobago. It happened in Tobago 2 years ago, where the boss, he will talk about it. He started off with a microphone himself. And who else, boss? Just two of you, just the microphone on yourself. Going around by every street light that blow and announcing to the resident, what going on here? Where is the councillor? Why isn't the street light fixed? And he was able to change people's minds that the neglect that they were getting in Tobago was not okay. And he started off with 2 seats, then 6, and then how much? 15. 15, but they take back 1 by some technicality. But we say 15. So in other words, the whole of Tobago wanted that change. And now you know what? The Almighty granted us that opportunity here in Trinidad now to send the signal that things are not okay and the citizens deserve better. Whether we live in the east, whether we live in the west, whether we live in the north or the south. You know why? For far too long, I'll censor my speech here, for far too long, we have been taken from the politicians. We have been taking it, right? One minister laughed at the amount of times he raised gas prices and said they riot yet, and that was a joke for him. When we fighting to put gas in our cars, some of us can't even afford to put gas again. Things like Sunday drive is a thing of the past now for some families because they cannot afford to put gas in their car. They have to save every drop, literally. Every drop of gas going in their tank, they have to save that because they have to go to work. And if they can't go to work, they can't put food on the table for their children. That is not right. Right? The crime is astronomical. We cannot, when we're going home, we have to be watching to see if anybody following us. That is the sign of the times. We have to be aware of our surroundings. Right? The crime, uncontrollable. But this one is the one pervading every sector of Trinidad. The youths and them don't have the jobs. And the boss was by me 2 nights ago. And we were talking about that. The jobs. Everybody looking to improve themselves, but there are no opportunities. You know why? Because it's fought squarely on the government mismanagement. Mismanagement where the resources of the people are going to the rich, according to the Prime Minister. I didn't say that. The Prime Minister said that the rich will get richer. Right? In his thinking, the rich go get richer, so we employ more people. Madness. Why not empower the poor people one time and spread the resources to the poor people? That is the message we bring into the Trinidad and Tobago. Then at the local level, let me tell you something, in Elscrow and Arangwes, it's when you cry, I don't cry. Every sector we go in Elscrow, Arangwes, Mount Lambert, drains are clogged. Holes in pavement. Boss went and did a live about 2 Sundays ago when we were in Mount Lambert, showing how we could go down, step down in a pavement. Imagine if somebody carrying a baby and they step down in a pavement, both the baby and the person going to die because they will fall down in the hole. And there seems to be no care, no concern at the local level, neither at the government level. You know what, guys? We have to change that. We have to change that. And believe me, we have started, whether it's Joan, whether it's Pastor, whether it's Brother Fuad, we starting to change it, because when we go and we lighten it up on social media, you believe Minister Works coming the next day, WASA coming the next day, and they're fixing it. So the PDP is on the ground and we're working. And imagine, I said it last night, imagine we are doing this without an official title of councillor. Imagine if the people give us that permission and respect and honor to be their representative, how much more we could do. I leave you with that thought. God bless everybody. August the 14th, PDP, vote for change. Thank you very much. God bless.
So before we get into our feature address, let me thank a few people personally on behalf of the political leader in our party. We wish to thank our General Secretary, Ronald Ratton, our Deputy Political Leader, Peter McLean, our beautiful elections officer and my boss. And I wanted to stand so she could see. She's responsible for what hair looks like today, and for us being here today, Miss June James. I want to thank my wife who came and sat at the back. After she told me she's not coming, she vexed with me. I want to thank my brother and my sister-in-law and the two boys who are here. I want to thank Vashti from the newspapers. Vashti has been a supporter of politics for many years, a friend of mine and a friend of the political leaders, and she's going to help the PDP win. I thank all the media houses who have carried us and are carrying us live. I thank the candidates for coming and for their wives and husbands for giving them to us. I thank the supporters for being here. I want to thank two women at the back whom, without these two ladies, or these three, let me say three, the last week would have been empty-bellied and plenty pressure. Auntie Zoraida, Miss Radhika and Jillian, just stand and let them see who you are, please. Jillian. These are some of the people in the background that you don't see. I want to thank Hanifa for her dedicated work, for Hale, and for Crystal. Where's Crystal and Hale and Hanifa? Let them stand up if they, I know they're outside somewhere, for their dedicated work and their passion and the many long nights we've been pulling. Thank you very, very much. We have come now to the feature address. Our feature address is by a man whom I admire. A man who saw me in the airport in Tobago and had a conversation with me and took me out of retirement and put me back on the campaign trail. In spite of me being threatened for my wife to leave me, he said, "Don't worry, God will protect you. You're doing God's work." This gentleman is a Tobago-born leader. He's the baby of the family. He's the last of 9 siblings. He's a passionate advocate of lifelong learning and rights of workers. His journey began in the small village of Roxborough and led him to acquire diverse skills and knowledge from institutions across the world, including the UK, Italy, and Germany. His commitment to education culminated with an LLM in employment law from the University of Leicester. This man's drive extends beyond education. He's a steadfast champion of equality and justice. I will say he's a champion of the poor, a real champion of the poor. His relentless efforts have preserved over 50,000 jobs and helped numerous terminated employees regain employment again in their roles. He advocates for job security, he was leading over 12,000 workers to receive permanent appointments in various sectors. It was because of this man that our government came to its knees, because he stood up against the injustice of our Prime Minister. It is because of this man that another government paid 146 back pay wages. What do you call it, political leader? What do they call it? Back pay, the packages? 146 out of the 150. Because he tell them, if you don't pay it, you're leaving government tomorrow. This man came into the ministry when I was working there. And he said, I want to see the minister. The PA said, he ain't here. He said, I want to see the minister. He called the minister on the phone and the minister come out. And the minister spoke to him. And for the first time in 4 years, the Ministry of Housing and their staff were given an opportunity to be heard, to be represented, and to have somebody listen to them. He was there when I was there. He was my leader when I was there. His negotiating powers and prowesses have yielded significant benefits to Trinidad and Tobago and to the people. I would say over 120,000 families have benefited from this gentleman. I dare say today, if this man was in charge of OWTU, we have a blasted refinery open today. And he may not like to speak about it, but there are political leaders in this country who are only there to attain the treasury and to attain power and to have 5 and 6 men with big guns in their pockets walking behind them. They are political leaders and they are political, I call them chameleons and waste of times, who get into politics to buy a $2 million US sports car or $750,000 US Benz, who want to build a road in Manzanilla that will crash and collapse in less than 6 months, who paving roads that was already paved because they're trying to get votes in a local government election. My political leader goes out with me on the field. He drives a normal Nissan. And not only does he drive the Nissan, he put a mic on top of the Nissan. I tell the political leader, there we going out with Joanna, I say, political leader, we're going 5 minutes away to our place. Let's go with you now, you're driving. It took us 37 minutes and 52 seconds. Because the man drives with his glass down and he talks to everybody regardless of color, race, or creed. Everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to stand. I want you to give the only man, the only political leader who is not power hungry, who's a champion of the poor, a champion of the people, Watson Solomon Duke, a rising applause as he comes to address you.
Thank you. You all may be seated. My little power on this mic here, please. Thanks. A little power on this mic. 1-1. I ain't get hot as yet. It's indeed a great privilege to be in this room with so many important people. So many people wanting the same thing. I want to acknowledge the General Secretary of the Progressive Democratic Patriots on my far left, Mr. Ronald Rattan. My Deputy Political Leader, who's my right-hand man, Peter McLean. And we have here with us our great campaign manager, Mr. Gregory. And to my colleagues who are candidates, soon to be councillors, I'm indeed lifted by your strength and your determination that carries you into that field every single day. To supporters, nothing going on without you. Nothing can move without you. Everything jammed. Now I know some people are home and they're looking. I didn't advertise it in particular. I deliberately did not advertise it. I wanted it to be low-key. Be low-key. Because there is something about being low-key. This evening I wouldn't be long, you know. But I'm going to be deep. I want to leave you thinking for a bit. I went to a primary school in the country of Tobago. We used to call it Bay School. The name is St. Barnabas Anglican School. And when I lived on top of a hill, I could have seen the school below, and we would pass through a track and run down and get to the school. And while I was at the school, I learned a particular story about a rabbit. I was very fast, very boastful. A rabbit that everyone had to just chill out and listen talk. Fast speaker, fast runner. I'm holding the mic a little bit. I feel like getting a little twisty. That rabbit was boasting about how fast he is, and nobody can beat him. And a little turtle was there, tortoise was there. Them tortoise, they're lazy, move slow. And the tortoise say, I go challenge you. I will beat you. Everybody laugh. They put a fox to judge the race. So the race start off, bang, go. So the rabbit take off. You couldn't see nothing at all, only dust in tortoise face. Dust, dust. Everybody started to laugh. Tortoise moving. 1, 2, going down the road. At time rabbit reach half line already. Say, let me take a nap. Drink a coconut water, he take a nap, he relax in there. He slept a little too long. And the tortoise passed him. The tortoise passed him, and the tortoise finished the race. When he got up, he said, oh shucks, and he took off. But it was too late. I want to talk to you this evening about something called time and chance. Time and chance. I used to be a preacher at one incarnation. I'm talking to you as family. This isn't me getting hot on. This is us rapping, having a family conversation. Yeah? So no kind of heights and that kind of stuff. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 9, make mention of time and chance. Remember those words, time and chance. When I entered the PSA and I won, that was time and that was a chance. Yeah? Before I entered, nobody couldn't beat the former president of PSA, Jennifer Baptiste Primus. Nobody. People try, they get licks. Nobody could beat her. And I put my pickup self, pick up a team, and I said, we go and take them on. People laugh. It cost me a lot to even stay in the race. While being a PSA member, I got 40 charges in my skin. 40 charges. They expelled me from the union. Membership cost $50, yeah? And I spent $500,000 to defend a $50 membership. Back then, that was 2007, 2008, 2009. Spent 2 years battling the president. They expelled me, man. Yeah, time. While I was expelled from the union, I said to one of my colleagues, I said, I am the next president of the PSA. Be careful or talk to me. While I was the chairman then, Sultan Khan. He even know Sultan Khan, he's a senior man now. I said, be careful or talk to me, chairman. I am the president of the PSA. He told me he think I was mad. One day I sat outside on the steps of the PSA while I was expelled from the PSA. And the office manager then, Makesi Changa of the PSA, because there are people manage the office of the PSA. He came outside and saw me. He said, wait, what you doing there? I said, my friend, this is my building. I am the president of the PSA. He thought I was a madman too. And it's funny how time and chance happens to all men. But you got to know when is the timing and when to take that thing called chance. All right? If you don't know timing, you will never know when to take the chance. It's a deep message this evening. Deep, deep message. I took my chance. It took everything from me. Every single thing from me. $500,000 to defend a $50 membership. I would not do it again. If someone told me, as Pastor said earlier, it would have cost me that, I would not say thank you. Living a cool life. But I won. When they had the elections and I took them on, I destroyed them. They were on the rooftop with their drinks and their food. We were strugglers, fighting up. But when the results came in, they were devastated. They bowed their head in shame, shed their tears, and exited the building. And in 2009, I took over the PSA until I retired from the PSA. No one ever defeated me. Time and chance. Let nobody discourage you. Let nobody look at us and feel that we can't do it. Yeah? And when in 2015, I got a vision of today in 2015. And I said to my colleagues, the day would come when the trade unions would not be able to move the government and they'll be advantaged and abused. And I said, we need to get into governance now. We need to be around the boardroom. We need to make decisions. We need to look out for our people in a real way. And so, some folks laugh. That was January 2015. By August, I decided to run for a seat in Tobago as an independent. People laugh again. They say, you could beat PNM. Where are you going? You alone? I said, yes, me alone. I picked up my bag, I left Trinidad, and I went to Tobago. I can remember the first evening, but the first launch was on a block. That's why we made a grassroots man. The first launch of the party meeting was an individual was in a block called Roxborough Boatyard or Depot. So you find the fishermen around there, them youth men smoking, linemen. But they were my supporters. I will never ever forget the gong. Because time and chance, I knew the timing was right. And I entered. The next day I went to campaign. I bullhorn, I had no money. But I go on campaign, huh? I bullhorn on my back. My brother by my side. And I reach a dog as the only audience in the street. I started by being school again. Right close to the school. It's empty. I said, good evening. The echo came back. Good evening, good evening. I said, right. They're listening. I begin to speak. My brother said, hey, who are you talking to? I said, in your house. They're listening. People laugh. Long and short is that 5 years later, we took over the entire PNM in Tobago. Entire PNM. We beat the PNM by 7,000 votes. 7,000 votes they got licks by. And then they became silent. But there is something called destiny within a man. Destiny. Some people don't know their destiny, but I know mine. And so me leaving Tobago is a crazy idea. Having just won an election, why didn't you become the chief secretary? No, it's a crazy idea. I had to come here because you are part of my destiny. Trinidad is a part of my destiny. And I gave up all of that in Tobago, and I came down here because we're about to begin a journey that will find us into the local government. All of us are going into that local government corporation. They will laugh again, but remember, time and chance. God's going to give you the time, but we must take the chance. Time and chance. And so Ecclesiastes chapter 9 says, Solomon is writing, he said, I returned and I saw under the sun that the race is not for the swift, not for the rabbit. The race is not for the swift. Now if it's written, I want to believe it's truth. There has some truth in it, right? The race is not for the swift, nor the battle for the strong. Where is the PNM now in Tobago? Where is the PNM? Let me tell you, the UNC could not beat PNM. No single party has ever beaten the PNM in any elections. None. And when the PNM in charge, trust me, they're in charge. But a no rerun, a small man with a small party, a bunch of no-name people defeated the PNM. Because we knew the timing, and that's why prophets are around. Prophets are still like, hey, now is the time. Now is the time, now is the time. Yeah? Timing is important. If you do get timing, you're lost. Yeah? If you get the right timing, trust me, you can never lose. And so we defeated them. The race is not for the swift, nor the battle for the strong. And I remember the story of Goliath and David. Whether people choose to believe it or not, that's not my part of his story. Yeah? My part of his story is that it paints an image of an all-strong man who the Bible declares as a champion. And if the Bible says a champion, it had to be a champion. Alright? You have a helmet on. So no, there was no chance of David hitting him on his head. The man with a helmet, breastplate, all his legs and loins protected. Alright? All his shoulder. There is no way you could have touched Goliath. He was armed to the teeth and he was strong. So literally, there's no way David could have beaten him. As a matter of fact, he was so official that the only thing he had in his hand was a spear. Because he didn't plan on using the sword at all. He was just pelting that spear. It was so heavy, it would have lifted David off of the ground and throw him back. And he had a next man carrying his armor. Picture it me if you will. Who could defeat this champion? Tall, extremely tall, is a giant, not a short man, muscular, well built. Somebody blocking for him. All he had to do line up and belt. And David couldn't fit into anybody's armor. He used what he had. So we use it when we have right people. It's a sobering message, you know. It's an empowering message. This is no hype and campaign promises. I'll get to that after. David used what he had. He didn't use nobody's armor at all. When David like an harassment fella, when David go and fight the man, David run over and he pick up 5 smooth stones. 5. I wouldn't think if you go and bust a man head or something rough. Right, brother forward? You want a rough stone to kind of do some damage. You know? 5 smooth stones. Put them in a bag. And with only one stone, he destroyed Goliath. With one stone. It's not wrong? My son called me. Yes, sorry about that. So, with one stone, the battle is not for the strong. The PNM is the strongest party in Trinidad and Tobago. Was was the strongest party in Trinidad and Tobago. They were so strong that their fame went up the Caribbean. Every political party in the entire Caribbean, even Jamaica, respected them. Strong. But on the 6th of December, a little team led by David slew them. I could tell you, I now have the title. Whether they give it to me or not, whether they give it to PDP or not, PDP now holds the title of the strongest political party in this country. It's time and chance. So when the UNC came to us and we spoke with the UNC, we recognized that we can be part of that organization. We cannot be part of that, and we refuse to be part of that. We understand what it is that we have. Mike Tyson was knocking out everybody, you know. Real strong, you know. And he fought somewhere in Europe, I think it was, some fight, and nobody paid attention to the fight. But the man he fought destroyed him, knocked him down, and he lost that fight. That was Buster Douglas. I can't remember his first name. Buster Douglas, he called him. We never heard of Buster Douglas before, but when Buster Douglas beat him, he became the champion. All right? Folks, do not underestimate the PDP. I've gone a long way to say this. Do not underestimate the PDP. There is something called timing. And as we traverse around, we hear people saying, hey, time for change, enough, time for change. Can you hear it to anybody on here? Are you all hearing it too long here? Now tell me if I'm speaking the truth or not. Is it that everybody in Trinidad and Tobago is saying time for change? Let me hear you. Everybody is saying time for change in Trinidad and Tobago. I went to Pina Longley, and then you will think down there is one way. But no. And my dear sister, when they will say to you, hey, people want change down there, they fed up. Because there's a group of people who are unrepresented in this country. They are regarded as the 99%. The 99% in this country rush to the poll, vote, but they remain unrepresented. Yeah? It is those with the money, those that make up the 1%, and the 1% is not necessarily Syrians. The 1% represents the elite, those who are affluent, the rich. All right? That's the 1%. The MP has one role, and his role is executed in the parliament. The parliament is a place for policy, yeah, law, and passing money. That is really parliament. Yeah? Policy, law, and money. That's what they do in the parliament. Parliamentarians have no right giving out food cards. It's wrong. It's illegal. I'm saying to you now, parliamentarians have no right giving out food cards, and it's illegal. Parliamentarians have no right locking up a community center, saying to you, it closed, and have somebody carrying the key home in the house as if that is their personal property. Those things are wrong. Parliamentarians' purpose is to make laws, policies, and provide money for the development and running of our society. However, councillors and aldermen, they are responsible. They are responsible for the day-to-day living of people in Trinidad and Tobago. Tobago doesn't have councillors. But that thing they call Tobago House of Assembly, it is a local government. All right? It is a local government. Yeah? The difference between Tobago House of Assembly and Trinidad local government is that in Tobago, we would have fought more hard for autonomy or more rights. And so they gave us more money than any of the corporations in Trinidad. We have more money than that, so it's about $2.5 billion a year. I walk around and lead that. And Port of Spain Corporation may just get about $300 million maximum per year. Maximum. Small money compared to $2.5 billion. Port of Spain Corporation is about 40,000. Tobago is about 60,000, thereabout. But the truth and the fact is, until we understand the role of local government, we will be misled and mistreated by existing governments. The local government is the most powerful form of government to the man on the ground. Local governments are responsible for the burgesses or the residents of an area, and the businesses. So it means, therefore, any problem you are getting within your electoral district, you should speak to your councillor. So if you want a child to go to a different school, you should speak to your councillor, and your councillor should have the weight of respect that when he or she writes on your behalf, you get through. Yeah? You get through it. That ought to happen. If you want a self-help grant, it is your councillor ought to be the one that should support your request. While there are ministries, it is your councillor who should support that. And when your councillor support that, no question should be asked further. But they continue to have local government in Trinidad as a puppy show. So this is how they run local government. Who win local government? PNM or UNC? How could that possibly happen? People are voting in Port of Spain and they do not know who the mayor will be if they elect PNM. They don't know who the mayor will be if they elect UNC/NTA, who the mayor will be. Likewise, in Chaguanas, in Arima, in San Grande, in Pinar, in Princeton, San Juan, Laventille, people do not know who the chairman is. But people should know beforehand who the chairman of the corporation would be, and who the mayor would be. But they are running roughshod over our heads. They think we are dumb. And all you are electing is a councillor. So why is it the political leaders are so involved? Why is it that they are so involved and they are not running for a seat? I am running for a seat. Well, an alderman, all right? Not a seat. I'm running to be an alderman in Port of Spain. But they are not running for anything. Why are they allowing those persons to do their campaign? The would-be chairman of the corporation, the would-be mayor of the borough or city. Why are they allowing that? They continue to deceive the people of this country. Because they operate where they are in charge. As long as they are in charge, you are not in charge. So I say to people, you may vote for a PNM candidate, but that's not your candidate. That's PNM candidate. You may vote for a UNC/NTA candidate. That's not your candidate. That's the UNC/NTA candidate. Because those candidates have no responsibility to the public. But the responsibility is to party. And in those organizations, the political leader control every single thing. So if we're talking change, we have to understand the change that we seek. And the change that we are seeking as the progressive democratic patriots is to reorganize the way the corporations have been running. We want autonomy. So let's take a leapfrog into the future. On the 15th of August, when I become mayor of Port of Spain, folks, all joke done. All joke done, I want my city clean. Because I'm in charge of the city. Right? I'm mayor supposed to be responsible for the area or the chairman. I seen Sawa Corporation, they have this habit of putting some big ugly bins on the road. As if to say you must swing away from that. Some big steel bins. They're not even careful to put it in a corner. You know? They put it on the road. I saw two in Laventille Road on the sidewalk. I complain about it, they clean it up. They don't care. They don't patch no holes. When they call them for water, they say, ask Wasa. Their councillor, they ought to be representing you. Nobody have no right to be calling WhatsApp. You call a councillor, or your councillor ought to be going on with a mic and say to the people, WhatsApp is fixing a main. You'll be out for a few days, but we'll supply you the water. That's the councillor role. We do not understand the role of the councillors. We feel they are just there. Just to get a city corporation work, or a corporation work. It's more than that, my people. Councillors actually are more powerful than ministers on the ground. If you look at THE, in Tobago, on the ground we're talking about, the assemblymen are more powerful than ministers. Yeah? Do we have a Minister of Tobago Affairs? That's Aina Webster Roy. She doesn't feature. She doesn't feature at all in the day-to-day living of the people. In Tobago, she doesn't feature at all. At all. Food cards is the responsibility of Tobago House of Assembly. Right? These house repair grants is the responsibility of the Tobago House of Assembly. This is what we need for the local government corporation. Alright? There are so many people with damaged roofs in our entire country that you can't go to self-help for all of that. You, the councillor, must take it upon your responsibility and advocate, as we would like to do, for money to be assigned for those social services. Again, I'm talking about time and chance. Now is the time for a forceful team to take over the corporation. Now is no time for no mamby-pamby, wishy-washy jellyfish kind of team. These councillors who go there from the other organization do not know what they are doing at all. They don't know. They don't know at all what they're doing. Under my watch, every councillor will be given authority for the area in which they operate. I'm telling you that. One of the first things we're going to do upon being sworn in Port of Spain and beyond, we are going to make a strong argument for a cleanup campaign. But it's not free. So everybody with a truck, be it a Hayab or whatever truck, that could tow something, could work. We have to clean up our country. Too much rubbish in our homes, too much rubbish on the street. Yeah? And we must actually pay people. Get all the young men cleaning the drains, all that kind of stuff, because that's an important part of what we do. Get the young men cleaning the drains, etc. We want to see that happen. That young men are put to work in the shortest possible hour. So when we enter, we have work for all the young people one time, and we're talking employment. We want to see the young ladies get involved in vertical farms. Vertical farms is a big word. It's simply horticulture or aquaculture, I mean, where you have these PVC lines and you plant food in the PVC lines, etc. We could assist them in growing food at home. We could assist them in beautifying the environment. People have to go back to work. Work is not just money, you know. Work gives you a sense of purpose, a sense of belonging. It's a form of mental relaxation. Nothing helps a man more when he's frustrated than to go and clean up outside, wash down your car or something. He has easy stress because he's putting that energy into good use. And when a woman gets vexed, she just want to cook or pat somebody here. Because work is a form of release. So not to work is to frustrate the youths and push them to the edges of engaging in activities that we regard as misbehavior. We have to put our young people to work, our senior people back to work. Local government is about that. So all these ministers who are walking around, that's not their role. Stay in your lane. The role of the councillor, I could tell you that, is on the ground. But Trinidad needs a new pair of eyes, because our eyes are dim with what they have been doing to us. And I understand my function. I understand the role we have to do. Another thing we have to do in the local government is ensure that money that comes to local government based on a formula. Right? And must come at certain intervals. They can't pretend that they just not giving you money. We ain't taking that. All right? So based on the government overall goals for the country, they have a 2030 vision for the country. You see they have that, based on United Nations, 2030 vision. They must be able to see how Laventille participate into that, how Arapoon participate in that, how Sandy Grande participate in that, how Pinal they be participate in that, how Sawa Laventille participate in that. They must have a plan that says to every single member of society what that plans mean. Are you with me? Because this is serious stuff, eh? They have a 2030 plan. How does that plan affect you in your home? How does that, and the budget ought to be based on the fulfillment of that plan. If a man is going to build a house, he must budget for the house, that's it. And the money goes towards that. So I can't understand if we are going to have a developed nation status by 2030, according to the PM's plan, what is the plan? By what year Port of Spain, Laventille, Beetham, Sealots should be ready to progress? How about we progress in the country? Local government is serious business. This is no starboy thing. And I really want to work, trust me. I want to work bad. I don't think I want to work as bad as this job. Trust me. It's not the money is small. Small money again as a mayor. It's not the money. Forget that, it's small money. But still work, I want to work. And I also want to use the work to explain to people what local government is. You all do know the power of local government. Local government is more powerful than the government on the ground. Again, local government is more powerful than the government on the ground. Yeah? Very much powerful. But they do not let you know that. The mayor Port of Spain is nothing more than a prefect for the PNM. Just oversee everything. They don't go to Laventille, they don't go slow, they don't go on about. All about. In the hills, in the valleys, at all over the night. Because you have to learn the territory. You have to see what needs developing. You have to become involved in the lives of the people. We on my team, I don't star boy and star girls, you know. I am the leader. And I just drive a vehicle with a horn on it. And I'm my mic man and the driver. That's what I said to you? But I enjoy that. I drive it alone. I don't in the back seat of no car. No one time for that. We have to become involved in changing our society. So God has given us the time. The time is August 14th. That's the time. God's time is always perfect. Always perfect. Always perfect. And everything seems to be working out perfectly. You must now give us that chance. Are you hearing me? I said God has provided us with the time. We have taken a chance, but you must give it to us also. Because we are interested in the PDP. In the PDP, we're interested in having a government of the people. And when we say of the people, let me explain it to you, because rules have a way in English of being misinterpreted. Of the people mean you come out from them. Yeah? You come out from them. A man like Marlon Mosley. Of the people. Ronald Lashley. Of the people. Fuad Obaka. Of the people. Kieran Fields. Of the people. Judy. Of the people. Wong. Of the people. Shafaz Ali. Of the people. Do I miss you, Joanne? Joanne Seabrat Hoyt. Of the people. Pastor Courtney Francois. Of the people. And I can give you all the other names. Cathy. Of the people. Boy behind it, Darian. Of the people. Ifa. Lola. Of the people. Ayana. Of the people. Dara Gabriel. Of the people. I think I call everybody here, right? I'm talking to anybody? I think I miss anyone. Yes. And Wendy Ramkisoon. Of the people, Peter. Of the people. Who's this Peter? Peter Peter lives in Port of Spain. I will give more address than that. He lives in Port of Spain. But Peter lives on one side of Port of Spain, and I deliberately put Peter on the other side of Port of Spain, where the rough people live in. Now, it's an experience, and I must say I really admire him for that. So he's representing northern Port of Spain. So Peter never campaigned in life. His name is Peter McLean, half Chinese, so to speak. And I said, Peter, we're going to campaign today. We're going into Shafford Court. I said, Peter, the way you look like a money man. Just because of light skin alone, you look like a money man. So when you go inside there, just relax yourself. We went inside here and we sit down on the block where I'm smoking, they're drinking, they're talking. And I'm like, why? I said, Peter, listening. We buy some drinks, we lie, we talk, and we leave. Not a word about voting, but I saw Peter. Next day, we're back again. Like the same thing again. They say Peter. Peter start asking 1 word, 2 word. But we lie him in every day. We went for about a whole week. And then I said, right, Peter, let's go and campaign now. Right? Peter shy. Peter don't know how to talk to nobody inside here. He don't know how to exist. When I took Peter to Laventille, it's the first time I've been to Laventille. Alright? First time. But he's born in town. And Peter's story is so real to so many persons in Trinidad that they think Laventille is this bad place. Peter is this bad place. Silas is this bad place. They have a cassava piece. They have this place. You know, you have or whatever. It's ordinary people up there. But as counselors, our role to transform them. After I took Peter one day campaign, I tell Peter next, I said, Peter, you're the owner. And next day, Peter on his own to all now. One day Peter come and said, boy, I will talk to you and I get you today. He said, I will help people. You know? He said, boy, the people suffering, they really need help in Watson. They really need our help. Last time I went in there, they said, well, Peter, he made friends already. Politics transforms you. You have to become one with the people. You can't start continue voting for stuck-up people who feel better than you. And that's what the PNM represents. Soon as they become a councillor, you got to move out from me. You're a big wig. You don't talk and mingle with the people anymore. Peter is now mingling with people, going in and out of Shafford Court and Belmont, and these places are wrong. Folks, the PDP is asking you for a chance. We must be of the people. And after you're of the people, the second one is by the people, which means you must give us a chance. You must give us a chance. So a government of the people, by the people, and for the people, Abraham Lincoln said, will never be removed from the earth. Yeah? A government of the people, you come out from among them. Peter now become of the people. By the people have confidence, they put you there. And for the people, will not ever be removed from this earth. The PDP is for this country. We are not coming in to dress up nice and to have Benz and build much houses. We are coming in to ensure that people live and live better lives. Clean up the place, yeah? And that is why I want the job of mayor. I want to put the young people to work. I want to help. I want to help young women grow vertical farms, these aqua farms, as the case may be, not aqua farms, these horticulture, call them again? Aqua farm is really fish. So aqua farms. Maybe they could grow that too. Maybe they could grow the aqua farms to the fishes too. But hydroponics, right? We want to see this is some agriculture in school, yeah. We want to see women grow them. We want to assist, because as a local government, we are far more responsible for many areas than they tell us. Trust me, we are far more responsible. You can't have local government police and have them as market police and police in the cemetery and to harass people when they're selling on the road. Local government police ought to be a friendly police who in community patrols constantly and keeping the place safe. Yeah? So we be lobbying for more local government police. We be lobbying for a better and stronger local government, not that stupidness the Prime Minister want to give you all as local government development. Reject that. And so in closing, I go back to how I began. In the story of the rabbit and the tortoise, David and Goliath, one thing stands out. Power does not rest with the mighty. It does not rest with the PNM. They could do what they want. They cannot win this election. I repeat again. I said power does not rest with the mighty. No matter how they go up their chest and how much money they have, they do not have the power to win this election. It's God's timing. In the book of Psalm 75, it says, promotion does not come from the east, nor the east, nor the west, nor the south, but God. But God. My brother follows say Allah. Allah. Right? But God does two things. And look at the process again. Everything in life is symbolic, you know. The Bible says he takes down and then he puts up. He never puts two men on the throne at the same time. He takes down. Let me ask you a question. Think about it. Does it look as if the Prime Minister going up? How does it look? As if he's coming down? You are not watching news. Let me ask you again. Does it look as if the Prime Minister is being elevated? Or is being brought down? God is getting ready to move him. Does it look as if the opposition leader is being elevated? Or she's being brought down too? People are saying one thing wherever we go. They don't want the UNC nor the PNM. In the south they're saying that. In the east they're saying that. In the west they're saying that. In the north they're saying that. Timing. Time for change. We are taking a chance today. I ask you, the people, to give us that chance. Would you give us that chance tonight? Yes. I want to hear you. What did you do? Yeah, so I'm saying to you, we have taken a bold chance. See my candidates here? They don't have money. Just like the tortoise. Let's give away the last cent. Me too. Some of them even pay their rent. They didn't pay their mortgage. They didn't buy the child books. But just like David, they're putting their life on the line for this country. Because now is the time. And if we miss this, we miss an opportunity that God has given to us. Yeah? So this is the time. Now is the time. We are taking a chance. Would you give us that chance tonight? I want to hear you. I want to hear you say yeah. Are you giving us that chance tonight? Two more times. One more time. Are you giving us a chance tonight? The last time. Are you giving us that chance tonight? These are people.
No. I want to feel it tonight, people. Feel it, feel it. Feel it, feel it. Our time has come. Our time has come. Our time has come. Our time has come. Now is our time. Now is our time for change. Now is our time for change, people. I want you to be sure of one thing. On October the 4th, sorry, on August the 14th, on August the 14th, we will be triumphant. I told you that. I tell you that. I told you that. Thank you.
So before we go, ladies and gentlemen, we could sit a minute. Let the song play, let it play. I want to invite the political leader to come to the front. And I'm going to send a nice message to both the PNM and the UNC before we wrap up. The PNM and the UNC, Mrs. Bissessa and Dr. Rowley, we will beat you in Lamont, we'll beat you in Pinal, we'll beat you in East Grand River, we'll beat you, we're going to beat you in Byford, we're going to beat you in Barricaro, we're going to blaze you in Sandy Brandy, we're going to blaze you in El Pico, we're going to blaze you in Noble Actress. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's get our candidates and our councillors here. Melissa Harriet, Wendy Ramkey soon, Madam Mosley, Irene Fields, Brother Fuad Abubakar, Sister Joanne, Brother Jody, Safraz Ali, Ifaloda Samin, Ayana Abdul Salam, Godrian Robinson, Pastor Courtney Francois, Kathy-Ann Burton, Dada Aswad Gabriel, Ronald Ashley. This is the PDP's team for local government election 2023. General Secretary, please join them, and Peter McLean. Ms. June, please join them. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the winning team on August the 14th. We invite all of you to stay back and mingle with the political leader and the candidates and spend some time with us. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for being here. God bless our country. God bless the PDP. And God bless Watson Sullivan Duke.